Morning, John Augustine back again. Hope I find you well. Nice day here in Palmerstown. Now, Northern Ireland, the police service, PSNI of Northern Ireland was established. This was to attract Catholics into that service because they hadn't joined it up to that. And it was regarded as a repressive police force enforcing the unionist agenda. So the new dawn had come there to that area with peace. So they were attracting Catholics to join the police service of Northern Ireland, non-sectarian, which was a good thing. And then that was on the 4th of November. On the 17th of November, the Gaelic Athletic Association, the GAA, voted to abolish Rule 21, which forbade the police in Northern Ireland or members of the British Army, even if they were Irish, from playing Gaelic games. So they abolished that Rule 21 so that they could play Gaelic games. So that was a good move in many ways. I think inclusion and respect for people is a great basis for doing that thing, isn't it? And so then on the 14th of December 2001, the Irish euro coins, we joined the euro, and then the coins became available through the postal service on post and all banks, Allied Irish Bank, Bank of Ireland, and wherever other banks were here. Some of them now have disappeared. Ulster Bank is gone. And a starter pack of €6.35 became available. Starter packs, to call them, for five Irish pounds. So the value of the Irish pound was higher than the euro. But the euro then became established and reached its own plateau. And the British never joined the euro with their sterling. And often their sterling went down and become low. So the people getting pensions that lived in this country from Britain, what they could buy become oftentimes less. Because the British economy often has ups and downs, their balance of payments, and then after Brexit, they started that again. So it hasn't stabilised, and then, as I say, COVID came in. So, when you take a decision like leaving the EU, the last thing you want is to like a COVID that suddenly nothing can be done. And it adds to the, it was responsible for unemployment because there was all this difficulties in moving about, wasn't there? Even churches was closed, and they should have never been closed. You depend on God is all powerful. You don't do things like that. So that's the 2001. So there wasn't that many items, but there was probably more. I think there was a tribunal still going on. I don't know what it was called, the Man Tribunal or the Planet Tribunal, but it went on for years and caused a lot of trouble. Just to mention it here, but I think it was still going on. Fogarty, I think a fella that, an oldish gent that was a bit disgruntled about his employment somewhere that he didn't get what he expected to get. And so his say-so, disgruntled old faggot, brought this tribunal this terrible cause to the country and reputations destroyed. Remember Dunlop, a press secretary for the Fianna Fáil, he had to be go before. So nobody was safe. Anybody that had to do with anything called before, suddenly their reputation destroyed. Very dangerous. They're not having too many of these tribunals now to inquire into things. For example, the cost of the Children's Hospital, Plankton James's Street, about the worst site that you could pick in the country by way of difficulty to get into. And when they went down, all they found was water. What was the cost of trying to fix that? Anybody could tell them that. And I know from years back the pressure in Thomas Street, James's Street was the lowest in the country. If you had to put in a washing machine, you had to get a separate pump to try and get the pressure. Yeah. So I presume it might have been improved since. But I don't know how it could be improved. So they must have to have pumps and all the rest of it. And the cost of having staff for to be in there, nurses, where are they going to get accommodation? So they haven't thought it out. It's about the worst site you could pick in the country. You want to pick it somewhere in the Midlands so that people can come from all over the country if they've got children that have to go to the hospital. And you know yourself, mothers and fathers get very worried. And how are they going to get into that James's Street? Beats me. I don't think they can drive into it. They'll have to get a train and get a taxi up to it or something if they're coming from the country. No point in driving and trying to get parking anywhere there. You won't get parking. So Dublin is nearly a no-go area from the point of driving. So many places is closed. I presume to do something like stupid like that there too. But the worst site, instead of putting it in a greenfield site, where somebody wanted to pay for it without costing the state anthem. But suddenly this hospital is going to cost billions. And even to run is going to cost. They must have to have lifts and all sorts of things. Nurses, how are they going to get accommodation in Dublin with the cost of accommodation astronomical? They used to have nurses' homes years ago. So at least they could stay there and they were convenient to the thing. And when they got time off, they could have a rest because they often had to do tough hours. Sometimes on all night. That's a tough job. So I don't know how, and doctors sometimes used to have to work so long that how would they fit to be able to examine a patient? They often had to do 36 hours or something. You can't treat people like that. This is our despicable Department of Health that wouldn't know how to treat people with anything like respect. Like the killing of the innocent and all this. Terrible. So these are the things that we sort of acknowledge that there's difficulties. And I presume there'll be an inquiry into how can they justify a children's hospital in James's Street? Have they been asked about it? I'd like to ask them and say, why did you build a hospital in James's Street for children, which is not a very healthy environment? It's in the city. Children that are ill need a nice environment, a country environment, that you can open the windows and fresh air comes in. How can you open the windows there? It'll be all air conditioning. That's more cost, isn't it? Oh, it's disgraceful. Anyway, we hope for the best. But they'd have to answer questions about that. Pat Kenny referred to it there recently with this controversy from RTE. How can they justify the billions? They needn't be asking questions of people there and a bit of money. They're and all sorts of things, these politicians. So questions there, isn't there? So bye now and have a good day.